What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And you see here, we got my man Ron from HCB Collection. Ron, how's everything going with you, man?
Everything's going good, man. It's been a pretty chill weekend, but everything's good.
Okay, well, then, it's still early. It's Saturday right now when we're recording, but it is still early in the weekend. You might have a good one. I see you got your Cowboys on there. You repping. Well, you were.
Yes, sir.
You're hiding the star right now. That might be a good thing for you. I don't know. But,
technically, I'm not hiding anything. You wanted a better angle of the ambiance, so we zoomed in.
I mean, you can sit up straight, Ron. That's what I'm saying. You can sit up
straight.
It looks like you're slouching because you're trying not to show your star.
Oh, I'm slouching.
Half because you half believing in your team. I get that.
I'm just trying to respect the host, and so everybody doesn't think I'm that much taller than you because you are shorter than me. So.
By like 2 inches. It's 6'4" versus like 6'2", 6'3". Come on, man. That's not that big. Let's not do that.
You 6'1". Don't do that. You 6'1". You 6'1".
Whoa, now you're being extremely wild right there. I am 6'2" easy, 6'3" on the pitch.
You that dude on Hinge that puts a height in with the shoes added.
That is crazy. That is wild.
You're that guy.
Okay. That's disrespectful.
It is. I know. I'm starting out early.
He wanted to start off disrespectful, which I think honestly does transition to our first topic, which is Brittney Griner's appeal.
Yes.
It was rescinded, so she's getting 9 years. She got to serve the 9 years, people, unless we can make that swap. So for Victor. So my thing is this, right? Just answer the question, because folks out there who don't know Ron yet, he likes to filibuster. So, and I like to filibuster.
Whoa. Filibuster is a strong word. Filibuster is a strong word, sir.
I don't know.
I will not stand for that.
You see how you already trying to get off track here? Brittney Griner, her appeal. Did you think that Russia was going to be like, all right, we was wrong, my bad? Like, is this surprising to you that she did not win the appeal?
No, it's not surprising at all. Given the social political environment of U.S. interactions with Russia, the history of prison trading that we've done with them, the negotiations that we've done with them for other things, I was not surprised. The biggest thing I think that people don't realize about Russian culture specifically is when it comes to political prisonership or being detained for a belief system or any particular infraction, it is more so of an authoritarian dictatorship. So they don't have any innocence to prove guilty. You get accused, you're done. And that has been historically documented through the Russian court system since its inception. It's
a whole bunch of, I don't want to say nonsense, because to be fair, she did bring over the cards, right? Like,
yes,
I was told, I read at least some reports that they tried to say they were prescribed. I feel like if something is prescribed, that you're saying I can't take medicine. That's it, like that. That's weird. So, but I would also think too that there's a doctor's note, or there's something that is done ahead of time where they know I have to take this medicine. So to me, there were a lot of issues that I had on both sides, to be honest with you. But I think we both agree. It is a ploy. It could even be they could even be using this to kind of keep us away from helping out with their fight against Ukraine.
Yeah,
it's unfair. Like 9 years over some cartridges. I remember on social media, I told you it seemed like they just added the 9 years to make a trade swap seem more legitimate. And I'm like, and I'm not even trying to downplay the situation. That's really what it is. They're trying to make the money match so that way, she's going to serve 9 years in America. What you going to do now? Bring my man Victor home. So it's just wild. Like the whole situation is wild. What's the best case scenario for you now for her? Because I don't want to think she serves 9 years over there, right? Like, let's say this was LeBron James or Steph Curry. I know people are thinking, they would be home now, right? So what's the best case scenario for you? Well, again, thinking like to say that LeBron James and Steph Curry not going to be home off this, it does come off a little wild. Like they're known worldwide. BG might not be, but
here's So best case scenario, and we said this online, I'll say it for the all the listeners now, is that I made the claim that more than likely, given the Ukraine system and the structure of US and Russia relations, that we will not see Brittney Griner home probably within the next 4 to 6 years. And I know that people are going to be like, oh no, that's so sad. This is a situation where what may have been a minor infraction in other situations became a political situation now because of U.S. sanctions against Russia. The reality is, more than likely, Putin is a hardball negotiator. He is not a win-win negotiator, and he is a ego-driven leader. Anything that can be perceived as weakness on his end, he's not going to show because he is already under pressure. The administration, the regime, is under pressure because of their actions in Ukraine. So if you're trying to maintain an image and maintain a propaganda narrative of strength and rational reasoning, you will not allow this show of Russian force to be undermined by just cowtelling and, okay, you give us this person, we'll give it back. It's no, what else can I do? You want Brittney back? I want Victor. America offered that. They said that's not good enough. We want more. He's going to continue to ratchet up the standards of what he's asking for. And I would say moving the goalpost, to use a sports reference. He's going to keep moving the goalpost and moving the hoop to try to manipulate this for other means through other channels to show power of Russia over America.
Okay.
Right. So the reality is.
Hold on. Obviously, we got to move on.
Yeah. She's not going to be home for the next 5 years.
Okay.
And we're going to see more propaganda.
I hope that's not the case, but I can see that too. Like you said, it's a political issue right now too. So that does factor in. It's not as cut and dry as weed, even though, again, like we stated, weed is illegal. And that's what I was mentioning earlier about if it's prescribed, I would think, because she's been over there since 2014. You know the rules, you know the laws. I would assume you would have done your due diligence and said, hey, let's make sure that I can get this done over here. If you're going to say it's prescribed, I'm trying to think as a lawyer, right? I would want to see that. So it's a tricky situation. We wish you the best, BG. I'm supporting you. I'm
praying for it, but it's
just tough.
It's not looking good.
Like you said, it could go to full 9. I could go 5. Like we just got to wait it out and see. Yeah, but I did want to make sure that we talked about it though, because I know it's been a little minute since I've talked about Brittney Griner, so I didn't want that to lose. Sure. So, but now there's another little tricky situation. It's not as bad though, at least not in my eyes. Mike Evans is kind of in the spotlight right now, not in a good way per se. There was an NFL ref that got his autograph. We do understand that refs should be impartial to the game, right? Unbiased. And this might be viewed as, oh, he's a Mike Evans fan. Is this a big deal for you? Does this come off like there's going to be some collusion now going forward with referees and star players or players in general? Like, would this be a trigger for you, or are you just going to let it go? Because at the end of the day, maybe his kid just wanted Mike Evans' autograph, and that's it. Like, he might have called the game properly. I don't think they won that game, so I can't necessarily say with favoritism. Like, how would you take this sort of situation? Because refs can be fans.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm in the same boat with you. Refs can be fans too. Like, dudes can be groupies too. You know, like, it's a phrase used in the culture. I mean, he just had a groupie moment. There ain't no way around it. Is it bad optics? Yeah. Would I have probably gone to the locker room or something, figured out another way to do it? Yeah, I wouldn't have done it in the tunnel where there's tons of media and cameras. The reality is the optics of it look as though you are a ref that was looking for a incentive, memorandum, something, gift, fan moment with a player in your profession. When you do have a position of authority while the game is being called, that can impact this player's career and the team overall success. So I think he just had a groupie moment. He asked for it because he respected the player. I think if that's the case, then they could crack down on jersey swaps after the game. Brady gives his jersey to it. Yeah, but
I know in the NBA they fine you for jersey swaps.
Yeah, in the NBA they do, but in the NFL I don't know. I don't think they fine. I don't think the NFL fine for jersey swaps. So my point is, if we're talking optics, and could this influence? To me, it's no different than a jersey swap. It's just with an official that has an authoritative role, which makes it worse. If you can look it up, you can tell me if they do fine for the jersey swap, then I. But I think for me, if gambling on sports was not such a big thing right now, nobody would have cared 4 years ago. Nobody would have given any concern to this video going viral.
So when you say that, right? Because and for the record, just circling back real quick, they NFL players do get fined. It's only $500 though, apparently. So Jersey Exchange
Really?
NFL players back $500. Just for the
500
record.
when the average salary is like $250 for practice squad.
Hey,
come on,
I don't make the rules, my guy. But
Bro,
here's the thing,
that's
though.
like zero,
There's
zero,
a
zero,
there's a
zero,
referee. There's a referee by the name of Tim Donahue, and he did get like hit up with a little gambling situation a couple years back, 13 years back. So I think when you see this now, you might think, oh, I feel like Timmy might have wanted to get an autograph. I feel like Timmy might like this is kind of that stepping stone to, or maybe it's like a slippery slope to, oh, he's getting an autograph now. Oh, well, that referee just gave a really good call to Mike Evans. Yeah. Is it cheating? Like, again, I look at it as it's just an autograph. I don't think the Bucks won that game, but I also understand why people might be concerned. It's like when you're trying to pick a jewelry pool, right? You don't want any bias going towards anything. So I think from that standpoint, and it's a little bit unfortunate, but referees just might not be able to get those sort of deals, those sort of perks, the autographs. I don't even know if you even want to do that in the locker room now, because the referees now going to the locker room. That get caught on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they're buddy now. I think it gets a little tough. Like, if you're a referee, you might just maybe you get a package of autographs and trinkets when you retire or get fired. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the fair thing, but it just seems like the optics will always go to, oh, they're cheating. Oh, it's an issue.
I agree.
But I did just want your opinion on that, though, because like I said, it's an autograph. People, like, come on now, damn. But
I don't think he should have done it. I think it's bad optic, and I think it does set a bad precedent. But it's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. Yeah. The collectible memorabilia game it's part of sports culture, bro. Like, the risk is he sells it for a profit, right?
Maybe they need to join you in your endeavors. So, we got this nice little segment over there for the HCB collection, autographs and memorabilia. That's what you really specialize in. So what you got for me today, champ? We and this people could be NBA, MLB, soccer, NFL, like WNBA, tennis even. I don't know. Like, we got a lot of stuff out here. So Ron, what you got for me, baby? This is your segment.
Oh man, I actually left 5 minutes with it though. I left a good chunk of it downstairs. But let me see what I got in front of me real quick. Not that one.
Does this count as a box break? Can we call this a box break? Because technically you breaking the box open. It's just not the first time.
Yeah, I won't call it a box break per se, but I will definitely you can call it a box break. I'll definitely show you some of the bangers we got. So speaking of BG and stuff, recently, I would love to hear your commentary on what you think about this young lady right here.
Oh,
I want you to give me a 30-second summary.
That's Brittney Griner, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little glary right now, but I can make out here.
Yeah, so it's Sabrina. I pulled this in a box break I did a little while back. Give me a 30-second summary of her game.
Oh, it's easy. She's a quality playmaker. She's a solid shooter. I'd say about an average defender, but a young player who had an injury that set her back a little bit, but she's still viewed as one of the stars now. I would say she has a similar-ish game. There's aspects of it where, like, you get the Luka and Russell because of the triple-double, right? But then she can also shoot the ball, not quite like Steph, but she can give you some moments. So it's a nice player to have. I do want to see a little bit more development on the defensive end, and then from an efficient scorer, like, I need her to get to that level, because that's the next elevation or evolution for her. But overall, a quality player. And I actually had an argument with somebody on my account about this, and they were saying that Kelsey Plum is, like, way better. And I just want to let you know he's not. Kelsey Plum's the third option, and if you put Brittney Griner on the Aces, they're a dynasty.
That's marketing.
That's marketing.
Yeah, that's definitely marketing. I think Kelsey's a baller, and she can get down and dirty with it, and she definitely is a competitor in all ways. But skill wise, yeah, that's definitely.
We're talking about a player who's 4 years older than Sabrina, by the way. Like, we want to talk about point in time too. There's no way in the world that Kelsey Plum is on the same level as Sabrina.
And then now granted, I think Kelsey's injury comeback is a better story and is a little bit different. But I think by virtue of the skill, the size is a big thing too. I mean,
we can't forget though, Sabrina missed her first year, so I mean, she has injury history as well. I do get you on to Kelsey's injury, but still, we missed an entire season basically. So
I agree. But was Sabrina's injury her Achilles or was it something else?
It wasn't her Achilles.
It was
an ankle sprain that took her out. It was a grade 3 ankle sprain, the most severe kind. So
I thought Kelsey was Achilles too.
No, I'm talking about Sabrina.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So gravity-wise, we had a sprain with no ligament tear. We had a complete ligament rupture, and then 9 months later, Kelsey wins the Olympic 3-on-3, and then a year later, she wins the World Championship with Asia. So I think recovery-wise, that's a better story, but skill-wise and physical attributes, the height thing with Kelsey it's always going to move it to Sabrina for me, regardless. There's no way around that. No matter how good you can move, gifts are gifts. So,
but my thing with this, I'm not trying to nitpick and stuff like that. The question won't, at least like when me and that person was at, it wasn't the comeback story. Like you want to say comeback story, I actually hear that. It's who's the better player right now. So if you want to say that Achilles factored into like Kelsey maybe not being better than Sabrina right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, but we could be playing what ifs all day long, right? Like, are we talking about better player right now? That's what was my issue with her. Like, she was acting like Sabrina can't dribble. She's acting like Sabrina's not a star in the league. Like, Sabrina,
oh, wow.
And then she was saying Sabrina's not the primary ball handle. That's crazy because Sabrina's also third in the league in assists. So she just catches it and passes it to the open person? No, that doesn't happen, Chad. It was just wild. But I hear on the return player. I wasn't even trying to discredit Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum is a good player. She attacks the basket real well. Like, honestly, sometimes I feel like her driving ability is better than her shooting. But if we comparing players, you got to nitpick. So that was my thing. But I do agree with you, and I'm glad that you brought up the injury history and the comeback player because again, I wanted to make sure you got to give the players their flowers, right? You got to give the players.
Absolutely. I love Kelsey. I love her game. I love the fact that San Antonio drafted number 1. I wish we would have kept the team in San Antonio. It's cool. I do find it ironic that the most premier player from that team happens to go to Vegas and then they win a world championship. Maybe it's something about San Antonio. Maybe, just maybe. Tutelage under Pop. Played for San Antonio as a player. I'm just saying, greatness is greatness. Even if it has Vegas on it. All right, this or that.
But
all right,
let me ask you a question. That Sabrina card, what could that go for potentially, or is that G14 classified?
I actually haven't checked right now. So here's what I'll do. While you give me this breakdown, I'm gonna give you 2 more options. It's gonna be 3-part question. This or that. We're gonna go scoring, defending, and leadership. All right. I have 2 players here that are sisters from a team that you love so freaking much. The Sparks. This or that.
It's gonna be Shanae and all of those.
Really?
NECA.
Oh, you sure, Trey? You jumping around?
You said scoring, rebounding, and leadership, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
all 3.
So Shanae, the only thing I'll give Shanae is maybe she'll scrap a little harder, right? Because of the role. Mm-hmm. But when I look at NECA's the MVP of the league. She's the champion. And I'm not trying to discredit like Shanae, but NECA averaged 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Like she can get me 8 rebounds. I'm sure Shanae can too, but again, that's with the scoring that NECA's bringing. And then you said from a leadership perspective, I don't know who else is the leader on our team? Like who's a leader over NECA on our team, right? So I think it's got to go NECA from top down. You disagree or
no? I would agree with you. My question is, so there's no part of the sisters game that you would give to Shanae?
The only thing I might say is maybe defense because she has to defend and NECA has to do so much that NECA actually can take a step back. But NECA's no slouch on the defensive end either. So, like, maybe because of the length, Sinead might be a little bit more like mobile, a little quicker than Nneka. You might be able to say defense and versatility on that regard, but as a player, I think most people would take Nneka, and that's no disrespect to Sinead, because both of these ladies are first number one draft picks, right? So they have good, like they're obviously good players. It's just now, like you said, like I said earlier, you got to nitpick. So, like if you talk about Sinead against maybe somebody else, okay, I might go Sinead on a couple of these, but we chose Nneka. I don't know what to tell you. It was kind of unfortunate. It's like it's almost like Venus and Serena. I ain't even gonna hold you. You gonna pick Serena most times. Serena, but Venus is cool too, though. You love Venus. Just Serena was better. No disrespect. You tip your cap off too.
Okay, I feel you. Respect the opinion. Respect the breakdown. We can call that like the HCB breakdown segment. So here's what we'll do. So current pricing for that Sabrina auto is probably around between 40 and 70, which is pretty high for WNBA cars overall. It is more of a niche market that people collect. But like always, I think I do love about the cards in general, and for anybody that you want to support WNBA, I would say purchase the cards because it makes them produce better cards. So they actually do more shots now with proper imaging of gameplay that are good pictures. Compared to you look 5, 6, 7 years ago within the market itself, the pictures of the women are pretty much college folks, college pictures, bad angles, the worst possible timing of a shot. They aren't good looking pictures. So I would say in general, respect the women's game. You can see a lot more fundamental structure in terms of their shooting form as well from the images you see on the cards. So respect the game, buy the cards. What I do want to do, Trey, if you're open to it, and I'll let you decide. If you want, we can do a giveaway, however you want to set it up. I do have from that pack pool another signature. This is a redemption card from Panini. I will give it to somebody or send it in for them and give it to them for Tiffany Hayes, number 36 from the 2021 Panini WNBA Prism. I will shoot this out or give it to somebody if they want to send it in. You can give it away to any of your followers, however you want to structure it if you want to.
Okay, let's see. I don't see. He gonna do something ad hoc. See, look at this man. I told you not to touch the camera. We told you earlier.
Hey, stuff happens.
Touching the camera. Happens. Oh my gosh. Let's do the giveaway because we ain't talking about it. My man just pulled it up ad hoc. Like we ain't done
gonna do it
no prep, no planning, no nothing. Oh my gosh. But I do like the fact though that I'm cool with doing the giveaway. So let's talk about that a little bit offline, and then maybe next time you're on here we can bring that up. That'd be a nice little that could be a nice little segment to do. So because Tiffany Hayes can ball too now. She can get a little bucket out there. Y'all need to go. I'm telling you right now, bro, the WNBA is not bad. I'm not even trying to get no publicity. Like, this is me being honest. I love it. Like, when I went to the games live, I would have gone to 4 of them, called COVID for the 4th one, though, so I couldn't make it, unfortunately. But it was fun, though. It was good times. Like, and these women can hoop from a skill perspective. I actually say they're better than the NBA. Like that, like the NBA, they carry, they travel, they do a lot of stuff on their athleticism. I'm not saying they don't carry and travel in the WNBA. Like, I'm not gonna lie like that. But you don't have that athleticism from the WNBA. Like, women are not as athletic as men most often. There are some that are gonna be more athletic than the average cat. But compared to the NBA, they're more athletic, so they get to rely on that athleticism, what helps them get by.
Exactly.
Imagine a purely skilled game. LeBron James would be viewed differently because he relied on his athleticism. Same with a lot of the other greats as well. And that's not a slouch to him. I'm saying, as an example, you have to be a little bit more skilled in the WNBA. So if you want to understand how to actually play basketball, you might want to watch the WNBA. Entertainment-wise, though, NBA, I understand. They got the dunks. I get that. I understand. But we can do the giveaway, though, next time. And next time we can also sneak in, too. Because unless you just want to do Tiffany Hayes, which I understand. It's your business. I'm just...
Yeah, I mean, we can do Tiffany Hayes. We can do a poll. Whatever you want to do it. I'd rather get people what they want in general.
I mean, I was saying give 2 since you kind of already told them what they were going to get for 1. So maybe surprise them on the other one because they didn't know. They didn't know it was going. I didn't even know that we were going to be doing this potentially. So this is the second thing he didn't try to add on the slide. Like, you always got to.
Just trying to help you out, man.
You always gotta watch out for people like that. Not bad. I like that idea though. I like that idea. So if you got some cards up there that you want to do as like a like a giveaway or something like that, we'll definitely try to have that in there. That's for certain. That's for certain. Now I do got to ask you this though, Ron, because I don't know if this particular person falls under maybe his stuff about to be in giveaway, but Kanye
said giveaway mode. It's a falls on a giveaway.
Because like they taking my man out the store. He not with Adidas no more. They done parted ways, and I just want to read off what Kanye West said. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jews also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. So, like, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The last sentence, I'm cool with. I'm actually cool with. The first sentence, I was not with off the break. Like that was wild to me. That's a whole death threat. Like that's ridiculous. And I understand Kanye, we have bipolar issues. I'm a fan of Kanye's music. So like for me to feel that way, it's a little tough. When you first heard about this statement, right? What was your take? What was your take? That's it. That's all. Okay. Because this is following the White Lives Matter, which they do. Black Lives Matter too, and I think that's been lost along the way. So like we gotta push the Black Lives Matter agenda a lot more than we're gonna do White Lives Matter. Let's not make a picture about it with black people and throw it in there. I get where you're trying to go with Kanye. I'm team equality. But damn, Kanye, that's tough. This is back-to-back moments right now where we're causing a little controversy. Like, what's your take on that? Like, are people going to continue to buy Kanye West's clothes? And then is that a slap in the face to Jewish people because he made that statement?
Let me just get my culturally. African Americans have consistently allowed entertainers and individuals that we place on a social pedestal in our community. We protect them because they provide us a escape. Okay? But when an individual consistently speaks ideas, ideologies, belief systems that are not respectful to the culture he comes from, the individuals that have patronized him and got him to the level that he is at, and as a direct disconnect from common human decency, he deserves to be held accountable and ostracized for those actions. All marketing is good marketing. People are going to be opportunistic in capitalism and find ways to monetize off of Kanye's past contributions. Yeezys are going out of business. They're going to resell the prices. Okay, you get your little 2Gs, 5Gs, 6Gs. It's because you never loved Kanye in the first place. The people that are going to resell his products, the pop heads that are going to start dropping his bars, folks are going to misappropriate his statements and say he ain't right, he's telling the truth historically. Historical accuracy is valid, but you can speak truth and not be destructive to other people. He doesn't do that. Even if we're talking the historical context of given the way that the Bible is written in Hebrew and where the sites that they speak of and the migration patterns of the American history, the migration patterns of historical migration throughout Africa and these countries into the Middle East, and they were all black. You can read all of that. You can look at books, study history, study anthropology, study migration patterns, study mitochondrial Eve. All that is valid and true.
Kind of like how Kyrie Irving had happened to him, where you have a moment where you're supporting a book, but apparently it's called anti-Semitism by your owner. We talked about this before, but like, what's your thoughts on Kyrie and his whole situation with this? Like, is he anti-Semitic? Because we just talked about Kanye and his statements. Is Kyrie Irving to the same level? Is it because again they're the same word was used for both people.
You tell me. Do you think Kyrie's to the same level?
Well, I'm asking you first.
And given that, I just respond.
Answer a question with a question, boss.
No, because there's so many layers to this, dude. I will state, if Kanye West had not made that statement, the owner wouldn't have felt the need to put out a statement about what Kyrie put on his own personal Twitter page or whatever, wherever he put it up at.
This is just riding the coattails of Kanye West's situation.
In my opinion, yes, because from a political sphere in a corporate environment of being a leader and a CEO, you must maintain a level of decorum and respect for all parties that work within your organization.
Okay, and for the people out there who did not read, I'm just read off what he said real quick. He puts on his Twitter page, "I'm an omnist, and I meant no disrespect to anyone's religious beliefs. The anti-Semitic label that is being pushed on me is not justified and does not reflect the reality or truth I live in every day. I embrace and want to learn from all walks of life and religion." And the book that we are talking about, hold on, let me get there. Yeah, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. So that's the book we're talking about, and that was his response to the anti-Semitic comments. I just want to make sure I had that out there for people who didn't know.
No, here's my question. Anywhere at all, did Kyrie say anything about Jewish people in that tweet? Did he even put Jewish in the tweet?
He just put Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black People, the movie, and he's supporting it. That's all. Like, it was nothing like what Kanye West did. Nothing.
So again, we're talking about gravities of expression and gravities of response here. Kyrie Irving posts a link to a movie, an adaptation of a book, right? No words, nothing about
black support. They're saying the movie.
Let me finish. He puts up a book that has the word Hebrew in it. We all know there are ethnicities and there are religions. There are Black Jewish people. There are the Black Israelite movement. There are Hebrew Israelites. There are people from Amish sects that follows a little bit. I think somewhere in there's a little bit of Jewish and stuff in that group as well. There's religion, and then there's identity. For it to elevate to the point where the owner puts this label on an employee of his organization with no context about why the book is anti-Semitic, what points of the book or movie anti-Semitic, is there a director involved that has made past statements that are about Jewish people disrespectful? I think it's just PR fonder to protect his organization and to be a leader speaking to an employee. The gravity of that situation, it is coattails of Kanye. If Kanye wouldn't have said what he said, the owner wouldn't have felt the need. If he knew Kyrie Irving's intent and truly cared about Kyrie as more than a person as opposed to an employee, that comment would not have came out without talking or allowing Kyrie to make a statement first.
Okay.
If he respected Kyrie Irving as more than an athlete.
Okay, so this is a slap in the face to Kyrie Irving then, because I feel like a lot of people are gonna
read the owner's statement. Do me a favor. Read the owner's statement for the audience.
I mean, he just basically said he doesn't condone him supporting that. Verbatim, he says, "Oh my gosh, why is it scroll all the way back up that page?" "I'm disappointed that Kyrie appears to support a film based on a book full of anti-Semitic disinformation. I want to sit down and make sure he understands this is hurtful to all of us. And as a man of faith, it is wrong to promote hate based on race, ethnicity, or religion." So, and like I said, I have not read the book or heard the movie at all. So I actually want to listen and read about it because I want to know if it is anti-Semitic, if it is misinformation. Because to your point earlier, you accused Kanye of misinforming the public as well. So if the book and movie come out to be like they are misinforming folks, does that change your mind a little bit? Are you now looking at Kyrie Irving and saying, "Whoa, like you're wrong"? Is he on the same level as Kanye?
There is no comparison in these levels for me, Troy, because it's a film. You know how many hands go into making a film, comparatively speaking to a book? And the fact that I haven't read a book, I don't know the history of the book, context of the book, the tone of that response, 3 things stand out: disappointment in an employee for speaking his personal opinions, a man of faith as if he's not a religious-based Muslim that stands on his beliefs. The owner has shown more of his character in this than Kyrie has. If you were at your job and you say, "Hey, I really like the woman king," and somebody come out with a statement, you hate men or something like this. Same analogy, same prose structure. And as a faith, I don't think you would support a movie about the murder of people and taking over people's lands and villages. Your faith shouldn't allow you to do that. Again, back to what I said earlier, the need to interject yourself in somebody's belief systems or somebody's actions shows more about your character and your ego than it does about the true cause and the root problem.
Okay. So, long story short, what I'm hearing is this one is vastly different from Kanye's for you. And no matter if the document or if the book or movie is, I guess, misinforming folk, you still feel like Joe Tsai was disrespectful to Kyrie Irving and was throwing shade and slaps all across that message.
Absolutely, because to attack a man's faith, to then say I'm disappointed and I want to talk to you, when this is your employee, he's one of your premier players, you have his number, you know where he lives, you can do all this yourself if you're not focused on a power structure of communication.
Okay.
It takes a humanistic piece completely out of it. He's a human, you're a human. You can talk to your player, bro.
I was gonna say, like, I think he could have talked with Kyrie, but this was like the statement had to be made for the optics, for the public. Because I know if they don't make a stance, you're gonna start wondering, oh, what do the Nets make? Like, what are they thinking now? Oh, it's a shit show now. Like, at least here they landed on something, and there's not gonna be a question mark around the whole organization. Like, I'm not a big fan of how, we're like, oh, I'm disappointed in Kyrie Irving, because I mean, you're not his dad, and even if you're
not his father,
like, you're disappointed. You can say you don't agree with Kyrie Irving, and then when you say disinformation, I can't just say that and not say what was
provide context.
You know what I'm saying? Like elaborate, please.
What are the points?
So I highlight it, bullet it for me. Like, just let me know, just let the public know, because you're now doing something similar to what you're saying Kyrie Irving did, misinforming. Well,
that's what I mean by PR fonder, Trey.
We're talking about Kyrie Irving and how you have all this drama that he's had years 1, 2, and 3 with the Nets. Now we're going to say going forward, oh, his brand is messed up. Now it's going to affect his paper a little bit, because you just saw how he was treating Jews, apparently. Like that. I don't like how this whole thing is kind of painted. Like I said, I do wish we had talked to Kyrie behind closed doors and adjust the wording a little bit.
They're building a villain, bro. At the end of the day, people writing, talking, or debating over a decision on the court or off that a player in a professional sport has made. Within that space, it loses context of the human element because it waters them down to these key incidents and actions for my own benefit as a commentator or a organization that covers it. It removes the player. It removes the individual. It removes the identity of the person and who they are in their full spectrum of being. Branding, money, all of those things. I go to the comments that are made about a person by people who are his peers in his profession. Every other player that's ever commented on Kyrie Irving has said he's a good teammate, he's grown as a man, and if you know Kyrie, he's going to speak his mind and stand firm on what his beliefs are. His integrity is his driving core value. Why is there a need to attack this man's integrity? Because he doesn't think like you think.
And that's why I say I didn't like the disappointment part. You can mention, you can mention you disagree, but I'm not going to say, oh, Ron said this or Ron supported that. I'm so disappointed, and I'm not going to say that. You're not my kid. Like, and even if you are my kid, I'm like, look, it might not have been something I did, but he went with it. I don't know what to tell you. You need to go talk to him. Tell him I said what's up, by the way. Like, I'm actually just act. So I wish. Long story short, it's not going to go well for the Brooklyn Nets this season. That's what
I agree, and I think what'll be a big tell is I think if we watch the sports commentary coming out on these major platforms and major networks that are huge, way bigger than Get a Bucket of what we're doing here, if we watch them, I guarantee you will see more identity conversations around anti-Semitism, what it means to be Jewish, the Jewish and Black cultural dichotomy, how Black people view Jews, how Jews view Blacks. That'll be the entire. That'll be all the conversation. Instead of, what is the film about? What is the book about? Can we speak to the director? Can we see what they view as the film?
I mean, to be honest with you, Kyrie did what he was supposed to do, which was promote this book, because it's getting so much promotion. Again, I'm not the biggest reader, ladies and gentlemen, and I actually am willing to listen to the Audible version. Like, I'm gonna listen to this Audible version, I promise you, because I'm listening for what's anti-Semitic in this book. Like, and then the movie too, I might have to look and say, all right, what? Because I don't know. So since Joe didn't want to let me know, I got to find out for myself. I hope people out there also taking that same method, because you don't want to just listen to everybody. Even if you listen to stuff that you hear on my shit, like, hey, bro, go double check it. I'm not perfect. I might be wrong.
Especially check the stats, because he be making mistakes.
That's crazy, bro. That's way off topic right there. That's
I'm messing with you, bro.
But you got to do your own due diligence, people. So I hope you guys are out doing that. And then if you find anything that we've said that was wrong, again, let us know, please. I'm not mad at it. I always like to be enlightened, educated. That's what we need to do as a people. That's how we get to that utopia, going back to that word. But Ron, I think this was a good one, though, bro. I greatly appreciate you. Let me go ahead and get your plug in right quick for the HCB collection.
Yeah, so you can check us out on Instagram or on YouTube. The HCB collection stands for Hard Card, Hard Card Board Collection, Hard Card Bar Collection. Basically doing sports memorabilia sales, selling sports cars and things of that nature around basketball, football, baseball, F1. Definitely love doing commentary about sports with Trey, talking about cars, talking about players historically, what they contribute to the game. And while we do venture outside of just the confines of sports on this commentary here, I do want to state that, sports is something that unifies individuals. The collectible industry and community is something that unifies individuals. And it's more so about taking these moments where these athletes have given us memories with our families, with ourselves as fandoms, and cherishing those moments. So I would just simply state that, everybody tries to get a bucket in life. People do it through sports. People do it through different means. You need to remember and identify that you can choose how you want to get your bucket, get your points in life, no matter what. You want to collect. If you don't. But if you want to give gifts away, give people memories, go to a sports game, support the WNBA, get women and men, younger or older, no matter what your age, your demographic, into sports that are not your normal enclave of sports. You never know what somebody might fall in love with, right? But remember, sports are about bringing people together for a goal. We can get caught up in a lot of the commentary. It's a game at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, that's good. That was good stuff. I appreciate that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. So I think that was a good way to close it off. I appreciate y'all listening. And hey, comment. I'll always appreciate it. I always love that. You'll see.
Just don't comment. Like, subscribe, and comment. Give Trey his love. You put a lot of work into this.
I got the banner at the bottom. He already said it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, I trust y'all can read.
People don't. Some folks don't read, bro. Heck, you just want to do Audible. You do Audible.
Time. I don't know what to tell you. Not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. We get buckets around here, kid.